No, and Magic doesn't mean it. I mean, Magic can't mean it. I mean, Magic's the greatest Laker ever. And if it's not Magic, it's Kareem. The only reason there's an argument there is someone...
But why would he say it then?
Because he's nice. The same reason that you said that I should hold some of my Kobe criticism today, because it was a day to celebrate Kobe as opposed to a day to be honest.
But I didn't say Kobe was the greatest Laker.
No, but so Magic just took it to another level.
Everyone just take a little sizzle off your take today, because today's his day.
It's his day.
Okay.
So listen, today's not the day to talk. To be honest, evidently that Kobe is. You can make an argument that Kobe is the third, fourth, or fifth greatest Laker ever. Mm-hmm. Any of those arguments are applicable. And by the way, that's not even including Wilt Chamberlain. Even though he played for the Lakers, nobody considers him a Laker, so throw him out of it. The two best Lakers ever are Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who as Lakers, they won 9 MVPs in their career. Kareem won 6 titles. Magic won 5 titles. Obviously, there's overlap there. There's no... Kobe is in the discussion with Jerry West and Shaquille O'Neal as far as who is the third best Laker. I personally would say Kobe's the third best Laker. If you want to argue Jerry West, a guy that won Finals MVP for a losing team, a guy that for his career gave you 27, 6, and 7, I'll listen to it. If you want to argue Shaq, just based on Shaq's apex was so high. He was just so overwhelmingly dominant. And that those 3 titles they won together, Shaq was the Finals MVP every year, I'll listen to you, but I think Kobe's breadth of his career was better. But of course, Kobe's not the greatest Laker ever. That's not even, like, to me, a real question.
I think the greatest Laker ever, and Kobe's one of my favorite players. I got to go with captain. I got to go with Kareem. And I think that he's probably one of the most underrated of all the great players, because he's the one guy in NBA history that has something that no one else has. And that's he got an unstoppable shot. Now, he's got something that no one else could do anything about. There will never be another one. There never one was like it. There was nothing that was more unstoppable and more predictable. I mean, the length of his career, the longevity, the lack of injuries, all-time leading scorer. Not only a great all-star, but an all-NBA defensive first team, I think 5 times, 6 times second. So that's 11 years right there. He's either first or second team, all defensive team. So for me, the championships are there, the consistency's there, the scoring, the MVPs in the regular season. Because to me, you match them up. How many championships does Kareem have?
Kareem has 6.
6. How many does Magic have?
Magic has 5.
Right. How many MVPs does he have?
Kareem has 6, Magic has 3.
So for me, those numbers right there, they don't know. He's got 8, my man's got 12. Right. Like, Kareem, to me, is the greatest Laker ever. And I wish people would look at it and give him the credit that he deserves. And to me, it's disrespectful that Magic, because he didn't have to tell Kobe he was the greatest Laker ever. Because Kareem, he was actually better. And if Magic thought he was better, he should have never said that.
Listen, Magic gets ahead of himself sometimes. Listen, Magic is hanging rafters for Lonzo.
He's already given Lonzo's got a rafter jersey up there.
That's what he should have said. The greatest Laker ever, aside from Lonzo Ball, who's going to dust all y'all fools. We're going to give Lonzo all the retired numbers. But this is my, as much as it agitated you to start the show, this is my frustration with the legend of Kobe Bryant. That the legend at some point outpaces the reality. I get it with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the legend and the reality are nearly identical. Aside from the burnt tapes from the year he didn't play the whole year and he came back from baseball, like everything people say about Jordan is true. The 6 for 6 in the finals, that he was the best player in the league from his 3rd year until he retired the 2nd time. Like, all that's real. With Kobe, we disregard, like, let me put it like this. When you're talking about the Lakers, the greatest franchise in basketball history, with no disrespect to the Boston Celtics, there is no dip in Kareem or Magic's career. In the heart of Kobe's prime, there's a dip. There's a, wait, how did you go 3 years and not win a playoff series? That exists. There are things with Kobe's record that, to me, when you're talking about versus Kareem versus Magic, disqualify you from that conversation. Now, as I said at the top of the show, I want to say it again. He's the second best shooting guard ever, and he's one of the 10 greatest basketball players ever. But we're now not talking about, is he one of the all-time greats? We know that. If you're the greatest Laker ever, you might be the greatest basketball player ever. Who did Isaiah Thomas say was maybe the greatest player of all time? Kareem. You know, I mean, Kareem did it for the Lakers. And your point about Kareem's longevity is well taken. And the skyhook was unstoppable. Just totally, absolutely unstoppable.
It's harder to talk about some of the older players when we haven't seen. I didn't see Kareem play, right? You watched most of Michael Jordan where?
Yes.
On
YouTube.
YouTube
oh,
videos.
I mean, Jordan's early part of his career on YouTube. Yep.
So, but for a lot of us, like the Jerry Wests and the Bill Russells, like because we didn't get a chance to see them play, what sticks out for us more? The people we did get to see play. So for me, it's Magic Johnson. I saw him play, and then Magic Johnson turned into the players that fed us into who we have today. And I think for a lot of people, that's why we forget how incredibly productive, how tenacious, how resilient a guy like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was, because we didn't get a chance to see
that's
him play.
our job, to bring people up to date, because everyone is kind of a prisoner of what they've seen.
Right.
But you have to realize they just didn't start playing basketball. And there were great players that have played this game for a long, long time. And when you have a conversation like this, it gives the fans an opportunity to learn more about the basketball. The Lakers didn't wake up and were this great franchise. Now, these other players have set the kind of the platform for Kobe to be able to ride on, even though last night was his night. That's all I was really saying. And when you said he's the second greatest shooting guard ever, there was no need to talk. So if he's the 8th greatest player, let's talk about the players.
Right, but the point that in that regard, CC, there are, and I consume a lot of sports media. The question today is going to be about where Kobe's rank is in history, not just of his rank amongst the Lakers, rank is in history. And I just, as a guy that I maybe more seriously than I should, care about NBA history. Really do.
Right.
And this is the platform I have.
But you can't let other people and what they're going to say affect because we have to give it up for Kobe today.
I mean, sure. We have to be honest
it's your
about
show.
Kobe today.
I know you don't want to.
We have to, right, and I feel like that is giving it up for him. I want to give it up for Jerry West for a moment. Jerry West, what is interesting, we mentioned the greatest Lakers ever. Kareem and Magic, Kareem, and then the next three, in some order, Kobe, Jerry West, Shaq. It is pretty damn cool that Jerry got the Lakers the other two. That Jerry West running the Lakers was there. They get Shaq, and then he executed the trade, which everyone forgets about. I mean, the Lakers didn't draft Kobe Bryant. Charlotte Hornets did. Old Vlade Divac traded for, a little high schooler out of Lower Merion who ends up being one of the greatest players of all time, thanks to Jerry West.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.